The gacha space is overflowing with contracts and sponsorships, making it an extremely lucrative opportunity for creators who manage to build an audience. There's no shortage of mobile games or top-up sites that want to partner with creators, because onboarding a gacha player is one of the more profitable customer acquisition strategies out there. People who spend once are very likely to repeat that spending if they continue playing a game. As gacha creators, we also tend to place ourselves above a kind of moral threshold sometimes, accepting sponsors for predatory games while simultaneously critiquing other gacha companies for being greedy. I am no different. Listen, I'm not exempt. I've accepted gacha sponsors in the past. And honestly, it's, always kind of an uncomfortable thing sometimes. It can kind of feel like getting paid to promote a form of gambling in some instances, to a small degree. But I decided the opportunity cost was worth sitting with that mild uneasiness. That said, I've also rejected massive amounts of sponsor opportunities because I couldn't bring myself to promote games that I felt were blatantly terrible or disrespectful to players. Ethereum Restart, for example, was one of them. After grinding it for like 2 weeks, or a week, or however long it was, I realized I genuinely hated it. Despite seemingly every creator on Earth at that point being sponsored to promote it, it gave me this weird, unsettling anger. They offered me a huge deal, but I hated the experience far too much for me to accept it even. That was literally the turning point for me. I realized I actually do have a personal boundary, one that's objectively, literally to my detriment as a content creator. Bills, need to be paid after all, and I'm actively out here refusing money. This hasn't been like a one-time thing. It's happened quite a few times. Most recently with Dragon Traveler and Arknight's Enfield. I know a lot of you would say this is stupid, and you wouldn't be wrong. Being able to say no to sponsors in this space could be considered like kind of a luxury to some, but I genuinely struggle to promote games I don't genuinely believe in or don't even know if I fully stand behind. Gacha games are inherently predatory, and trying to decide what the acceptable level of predatory behavior feels kind of like stupid to me. But for me, I always like to factor in player experience. If it, if this game offers something worthwhile in return, then I kind of become okay with it. The opportunity cost kind of makes sense. That's the line I've been trying to walk. A level of honesty that puts player experience first. What I want is to be in a position where I can take as few of those kind of sponsorships as possible, so I can remain honest, critical, and uncompromising and all that good stuff as I want to be. I never want anyone in my ear telling me what I can or can't say about a game. And just to be clear, this doesn't mean I'll never take another sponsor, obviously. I'm not making some kind of pledge or drawing a hard moral line or moral grandstand on anyone else. Anyone who takes a sponsorship, that's totally awesome, good for you, and I will continue to take them in the future. But I just want to be a bit more selective and more honest about, everything that's going on with them. My content will remain free, and nothing will change if you support me financially or not, or whatever it is. There are so many tiers on my Patreon that start from $1. So if you want to, hop along and see and support me, then I would massively appreciate it. I also want to stop feeling pressured to play this YouTube algorithm so aggressively, right? The constant uploads and the packaging that might be considered a bit more like clickbaity or outrage bait or massively sensationalist for clicks and stuff like that. I don't really have that kind of dog in me, really. I don't want to farm outrage that much or build a tribalistic audience, for a capture group. I want to build an audience of critical thinkers who want honest opinions, and the best way to be honest is to not be paid to speak a certain way. I just want to make videos about games, okay? I want to have honest, thoughtful conversations about games that require critical thinking. I want to explain why people feel the way they do, not tell you what to think or create a confirmation bias, parasocial loop sort of thing. I just want to make videos about games without sacrificing too much of my integrity, and that's why I've made the Patreon. By becoming a member, you are helping me stay, afloat and sponsor free for as long as possible, and in return, I'll continue to make honest, real content that doesn't hide from uncomfortable truths, and there'll be some perks along the way. And if you've been reading this, I really do appreciate it. And if you do decide to become a member, I am genuinely grateful. Again, I don't have a problem with people taking sponsorships. I just want to be kind of transparent and that I do kind of have like boundaries, and this is just a new way of showing support if you would like to. It's totally optional, opt in, whatever. I appreciate it. Links to my Patreon are in my description and will be in the pinned comment. So I appreciate y'all. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.